@ScottsTOL should make a video about space aliens. Okay. Hey strugglers. Whoa, is that new Tater Scott's merch inspired by the smash hit Small Town Festivals video? I'll never tell. There's an all-new spring drop and classic item restock available at strugglershop.com. Thank you so much for all the support. Seriously, it means a ton. You guys are the best. Ever since Ted spilled his enthusiasm all over us about the Rainforest Cafe last year, I've kind of been itching to show off a hidden gem that we have right here in Fargo, North Dakota. You've heard of Chuck E. Cheese's, correct? The pizza place with a filthy rat as their mascot. I celebrated my 4th birthday there 23 years ago. Ah, look at how cute. What a sweet little guy. This is the Fargo location, okay? Take a good look around. They had all the iconic animatronics there. They had this little creep walking around. And surprisingly, they even had Munch Jr., which was just this severed head that would pop out of a bucket every now and then. Pretty rare. Not a lot of locations had that, so shout out Fargo. So the reason I'm showing you this is because, to my surprise, the restaurant is virtually unchanged even to this day. This is what it looks like now. You can't be serious. Are you taking the piss? Are you having a laugh? They still have the full animatronic band, which apparently is pretty rare. These posters, man. It's like I'm in a museum. If they've still got the Spider Stompin' arcade game, then it's a wrap. Okay, I'm getting in my car and I'm going right now. But this video isn't about Chuck E. Cheese. It's about Chuck E. Cheese's cooler, edgier older brother in town, Space Aliens. Space Aliens is a local restaurant that I had no idea was a local restaurant. There have only ever been 7 locations total, but right now we're down to 3, unfortunately. There's one in Bismarck, North Dakota, one in Albertville, Minnesota, and the best one in Fargo, North Dakota. The gimmick of this place is that it is unabashedly outer space themed, from the massive murals covering the entire exterior of the building and flying saucer hanging above the entrance, to the frickin' dead alien just laying there in the restaurant. He's naked. He's naked and dead, and he's just on display, and welcome to outer space, baby. Picture Pizza Planet from Toy Story, except it's cooler. It is cooler, okay? It is. How dare you? Oh, I want to go to the cold minimalist brewery with artsy, uncomfortable stools and dismissive bartenders. Have fun. All right, I'm gonna eat with the frickin' extraterrestrials. And by that, I mean this nightmare-inducing monster that used to walk around the restaurant at night. This horrible, unholy creature. Good gracious. Whoever thought this was a good idea at a family joint? I remember this used to scare the bejesus out of the kids. It definitely made me cry when I was younger. Yeah, Melissa, it makes me cry now. There's an old photo album on the restaurant's Facebook page that shows what it used to look like inside, and this is how I remember it. Look at this. Come on, having the time of their life. How can you not get hyped as all get out just looking at these photos? My family went there to eat maybe a few times when I was a kid, but nothing was as memorable as my 10th birthday party. Yeah, that's right. I went to Chuck E. Cheese's and Space Aliens for my birthday as a kid. Jealous? My parents brought my friends and me to go see Ice Age the Meltdown in theaters. Then we all went absolutely buck wild at Space Aliens. Look at this cool kid. Remember that little sweetheart? That angel from before? Yeah, he grew into this cool guy. The flowing hair, the Randy Moss Oakland Raiders jersey. Are you serious, dude? Come on! Nobody had drip like this. You absolutely didn't. So one of the major draws of Space Aliens, especially for kids my age at the time, was the arcade, and it was glorious. Just zombie shooters and basketball games as far as the eye can see. They had this NASA rocket ship thing that just kind of rotated back and forth. I have very fond memories of this for some reason, but the one game that my friends and I spent the most amount of time with was this. Since we were only 10 years old, the boys and I had never really been exposed to gambling before, but this machine is basically roulette for kids, and it was dangerously addicting. So much so that my parents had to withhold my birthday money from me so I wouldn't spend it all on this frickin' arcade game.
Can I have the $5 bill at least?
Negotiation. That's called the art of the deal, okay? You could learn a thing or two from me. The colored slots were all different sizes, so say for example, if you bet on red and you won, you'd win less tickets than if you bet on white, because the white space was skinnier. So what we all did is we would team up. We'd surround the machine and we would all bet on a different color. There were 5 slots and there were 4 spots to play, so chances were we were probably gonna win. And then we would just share the winnings and get cool prizes. Ocean's 10-year-old. So of course you can take your tickets and go redeem them at the front for prizes, very, very cool prizes, and 100% of the time, I would redeem all of my tickets for these guys. These little alien dudes. Look at how sick they are. You all were collecting Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Losers, okay? I was doing something that actually mattered.
Is it last
say, Scott.
This is it no matter what. Come on.
So I could sit here and talk about the memories that I have of going to Space Aliens all day. I really could. And that's a problem that I probably need to address at some point. I honestly could talk about it all day. But I'm not just gonna sit here and dink around and reminisce and look at photos on my computer screen, because I know that you guys wanna see what it looks like inside for real. You already know we gotta go back and check it out and see if it's as sick as I remember. So come on, get your shoes on. We're going right now. Okay, I'll be waiting for you in the car. We rolled up in the parking lot and I'm as excited as I've ever been, okay? And when we got there, the first thing that I remembered is that they changed the murals on the outside of the building. Sometime when I was in high school or college, they swapped out the more spooky looking images for, Carson Wentz? Shout out Carson. Can we get a petition going to put my likeness on the building next time they do a repaint? Thank you so much. Inside, the lobby area is almost identical to the way it was in 2000, last time I was there. It felt like walking back in time, honestly. Also, they slapped me in the face with merchandise immediately. Who would do such a thing? Merchandise right off the bat? Shameless. Holy smokes, man. This is the most beautiful day of my life. And I'm a husband and a father. When I went to Space Aliens as a kid, the only thing I ever ordered was their barbecue ribs, and I remember them being absolutely delicious. But again, I was a child and very easy to impress, and now I'm a big boy, or adult, so I decided to keep my streak going, and I dared them to impress me now. I ordered the ribs. I couldn't help myself, I had to order the ribs. They say that they are award-winning. Now, I do not know which award they've won, but hopefully it's the Good Ribs Award. I also ordered a pina colada because they were on special. Just like my 10th birthday. Apparently we should have gone on Wednesday. $5 margs all day? In this economy? Count me in. You guys, I gotta be honest with you, okay? I would never lie to you. These ribs were incredible. They were as good as any good ribs that I've ever had in my life. Does that sound, did that come across right? I meant for that to be a compliment. If I've had good ribs before, these are up there. Also, the fries? Unreal. The freaking honey baked beans? I can hardly contain myself. I'm so hungry right now. Again. Just watching this footage back is making me starving. It was so good. You know what? Hey, Corbin, what do you think, little buddy? He loves it. That's my boy. Now, something that was in the back of my mind since we showed up, and I was low-key kind of dreading, was the alien. I didn't know if he was around, in the building, lurking, waiting. I didn't even know if he was still alive. I don't know the life expectancy of aliens like that, but then I heard an announcement over the speakers. Attention, Earthlings, it looks like we're being visited by one of our extraterrestrial friends, and he's coming down to say hello. I'm shaking in my boots, right? For some reason, I remember before that the lights would get kind of low and this spooky music would play whenever the alien would come out. I don't know if that's actually what used to happen, but that's what would happen in my reality. So this time I was prepared, right? You know, head on a swivel. I was ready to kick that creature's ass to protect my family. And then I saw him. What the heck? Why is it cute? Kids are soft now. No, this is better, okay? This is objectively a better choice. We're at a family restaurant, largely targeted towards children. I don't know what the heck they were thinking in the past with this thing. I mean, that simply had to go. And I approve of the new one. They are cheeky little rascals, but still. Well, now that I'm stuffed to the absolute gills with ribs and beans and fries, I think I hear something calling my name. No, not the bar from Mars. Although I wouldn't mind watching a Vikings game in there. Hey, honey, how's it going? Looking good. No, I am talking about Galaxy Games. The freaking arcade from my dreams. Unfortunately, this is the biggest letdown maybe of my entire life. The roulette machine was no longer there. As far as I can tell, pretty much all arcades have been updated to mostly just digital stuff now. They've got claw machines and some basketball shooters still, but it's largely just digital-based games. But you know, there's still fun to be had in here. I thought my nephew's heart was gonna explode from how excited he was. Honestly, it feels like I'm walking around inside every Twitch streamer's PC, but you know, I got used to it. Uh-oh. Drew, Gooden, look away. You don't want flashbacks, Drew? Look away. Dang. That is a really big machine. There was a noticeable lack of proper addicting gambling games, and my adult self thanks them for that. I definitely don't think kids should be exposed to gambling. Arcades are so weird like that. I'd much rather have them just smack stuff like this for a while. Get it out, man. Anyway, before we wrapped it all up and headed home for the day, there was one thing that I just could not shake. That frickin' merch was taunting me. Really, Space Aliens. On the day of my new spring drop, you're really gonna flaunt your t-shirts in my face like that? How could you do this to me after all we've been through? So obviously I bought some stuff. Space Aliens haul. Okay, overall, how was it? Did it live up to the hype that my childlike brain built around it? Was it as cool as I remember it being when I was 10 years old? It was cooler. And I'm not being silly. Okay, I know I've been being a little silly, but right now I'm being absolutely genuine. Space Aliens was cooler than I remember it being when I was a kid. I was so impressed with it all these years later. It's so much the same, but what's different is an improvement. They knocked it out of the freaking park. There's a certain charm and coziness that comes along with themed restaurants if they're doing it right, and I certainly would say that Space Aliens is doing it right. I mean, for goodness sake, even the bathroom keeps the fun going. All right, you're never not being assaulted by good times. We brought the whole dang family out, and everybody enjoyed themselves, adults and kids alike. My little nephew loved it, could hardly contain his excitement. My son loved it. He didn't even have to say anything. I could just see it in his eyes. That is love. That's love right there. And of course, my other nephew came out of there just sweating buckets, face red as can be. He had the best day he's ever had, I would have to imagine. So I really hope that Space Aliens continues to thrive. They're not paying me to do this, by the way. I just really love it. They've been around for so long, and they've held on to what makes them fun and unique this entire time. I get why places like McDonald's got rid of the fun things that used to be there, but we can't let fun die out completely. We need places like Space Aliens. We need color and we need silliness. It fuels us, it keeps us going, whether you want to admit it or not. We need stuff like that. Golly, when the pandemic first hit, Space Aliens sent the alien out to deliver birthday meals for kids. It's so wholesome it makes me ill. I'm gonna puke. I'm gonna throw up right now. And I hope that this isn't distasteful in any way. I really don't mean for it to be. I know the following is a song about a forbidden interracial relationship between two men, but I like to think that completely out of context, it also works for the way that I feel about Space Aliens.
There's something about you that makes my skies blue. And whenever we're through, all I can do is see color.
It was out of this world. I didn't say that the whole time. I saved that for the very end. Did you have fun? Did you like it?
I loved it.
Would you go back?
Yes.
There was one other thing that I wanted to show you. I found this on Wikipedia. It says Space Aliens founder Mort Bank gained national notoriety in 2012 when he sold a gallon of McJordan barbecue sauce from his time as a McDonald's operator on eBay for $9,995. Isn't that fun info? Fun little fun fact?
Yeah, why is it called Mick Jordan?
Well, it's probably from when Michael Jordan had like a collab.
Oh.
Mort Bank, the Space Aliens founder. Congratulations,
Icon.
Mort. Iconic. I'm happy for you, dude. For the Albertville store, you guys got to get some artists to paint on the outside of the store because the Fargo one and the Bismarck one have cool stuff on the outside. Albertville, not so much. Kind of boring, you know? I think you really got to help with the branding. Get some artists to paint a mural. I'll do it. Yeah, sheesh. Why not? One last plug, one last shameless plug for the merch. We got new merch, y'all. Strugglershop.com, all kinds of fun new stuff. Thanks for the support. It means a ton. Extra thank you to my patrons. Those listed right over there are in the top tier on there. You guys, we should go to Space Aliens. We'll watch a Vikings game. We'll get some $5 margs and we'll watch a dang Vikings game. The $5 margs are on Wednesdays, unfortunately, so we can't actually get $5 margs. That's all I got for you. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you guys again real soon. Goodbye.